Good morning. Hope everybody's having a great Thanksgiving. This is the second video I'm going to post for today. I showed you, or actually I posted a video of NVIDIA, which is success story for 2023, 2024. And I wanted to show you something that was a little different so you can compare, a successful stock and a stock that maybe you need to reconsider owning if you're in it. So super microcomputer, this is the current daily chart, which looks to be a mess. So what's happened, this was following the run-up with NVIDIA. They were, I guess, partners in business, and you can see on 10/29, stock price was sitting at $48. And then it started dropping. It went all the way to $17. So this is a fearful sell-off. They had some bad news. They dropped off. So what if you were in at 30 and now at 17? Do you stay in? Do you get out? Do you keep running? Well, I can't give that advice. You would have to make that decision. I'm not here to give financial advice. I'm here to show you how to get rid of this noise. If we were to pull this chart back for a longer term, it gets hard to see when I pull back, but it's all over the place. So I like to use simple moving averages, and we're going to set one up here. And let's go to the chart. And next chart, we have simple moving averages. And you can see how our super microcomputer ran up till March at a price of $114 for the month. Man, that was a nice run. So if you pull this back here, so if you got in at 28, you would have had a 400% increase on your investment. But if you had stayed in during the peak, you would only have a $6 rise of investment and actually took a loss. So how do you know when to get in, when to get out? I mean, you ultimately have to make that decision. So I'm going to show you things to look for in a chart that doesn't have the noise as a daily chart. So this right here is a weekly chart. We're going to zoom in here. Let's take some of the noise out. This is the past several weeks since August. And let's take it here since July. And what do we see since July? We see these, it's falling. It's falling. Is it still falling or is it going up? We don't know. This could be a correction. So if you were in at 74 and you took it down to 75, how do you know when to get out? It's kind of hard. The weekly chart's still a little noisy. Let's look at this section here. This is something. What do you see in here? Let's look at right here. Let's zoom in. And we see every week the price is above the 2 simple moving average here, all right? The 2 simple moving average is your indicator for going up or down, but the stock is on top of it. That is good. What happens here the week of 3/11? Stock price for the first time dropped below the 2 simple moving average. The next week, it dropped below the 4. That should get your attention, because if we look between the first of the year and March for 3 months, there's not one week the price has dropped below the 2 simple moving average. Okay? So if we got in here beginning of the year, We ran up. What was the price here? It's $28. We got a 400% increase, but we're greedy. We're going to keep going. We see the price drop here. Let's move it as we go. And oops, we could have walked out with $100. Oh no, we're going to just stay down and lose 25% of our investment. What do you notice here in these weeks? All of a sudden, the 2 simple moving average is not pointing up, it's pointing down. What do you see the price do? And the price is oscillating around the 2 until April, and then it took a huge dump. And then the price hit the 4 SMA, closed on the 4, and now we have all 3 together again, and we have this dance. We have a dance. So this is where the price pretty well settled out. But then we see here the price go below the 4 again. And we're still in after being in $100, and we just lost 50% of a gain. So this is a story that a lot of people have. Oh yeah, I rode the price up to 400% gain, and then I gave back half of it. So the weekly chart's a little noisy, so let's look at the monthly. Remember, we analyzed the monthly chart on NVIDIA, and everything seemed to be clear. So now we're looking at virtually the same period from April of 2023 all the way to today. And what do we see here? We have a pretty clear picture of price over time. And what is this story telling you? The story is telling you the price is going up. The price is going up. We got a little ahead, then it went flat for a while, then it got a little ahead, then it went flat. And then we're going to look at these last few months. If you had watched the NVIDIA, I told you when the 8 simple moving average, which is here, and the 4 and the 2 meet, you need to pay attention because something's going to happen. Either they're going to take the price up and continue up, or they're going to take the price down, and you don't want to be there. So you have to pay attention. This happened at the beginning of July. And the beginning of July, I'm going to go back to the chart. The beginning of July is right here. We're at the 4 here. We down, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, that was kind of a wake-up call. And then we go to the month, and the month confirms it. So we're going to look at the time. So I get this to work. That's not what I want to do. Hang on a second. My chart is trying to do too much here. We're going to zoom in. Let's zoom in. My chart has froze. I'm not sure why. Let's take it back, and we're going to zoom in. Well, let's just look at this. We can see it. So you can see right in here, the month closed out below the 8. It closed out below the 4. It closed out below the 2. What is that indicating? Is that indicating power or weakness? If you go back, we had 1 month below the 2, 1 month below the 2 and the 4, 1 month above the 2, but never made it to the 4. And then the next month, we're below everything. And you're going to have hope and change, and you know this is going to change and go up. When you're looking at a monthly chart, and the end of the month is here, you better put a short leash on it, because if you don't see indication, and if you look at the weekly, we don't see any indication of strength, all right? It's time to make a decision. Do you ride it down and be fearful, or do you get out with a profit from the $25 entry point that you did, a year ago, or you just give everything back. I mean, that's the decision you have to make. I'm not giving financial advice. I'm just showing you how to remove the noise from the daily chart, which is the chart most investors use. So that's what we got here. So you can see the reversal here. The reversal happened when the price got below the 2 simple moving average, and only one time from March to now did the price ever go above the 2 simple moving average on the month. So hopefully you can learn from what you see here, and you understand what you're seeing here. All right, so there is down, down, down. We have one above barely, but the next move was below. You need to have follow through. We had follow through, 1, 2 below. Tried to get up, 1, 2, 3, 4, and I tried to go up. So are you going to invest in this now? Is it the bottom? I don't know. I can't tell you. But what I can tell you is you need follow through. And is the next move for next week below, or is the next move up? So you want to enter companies when they do have pullbacks, but is this a long-term pullback, or is this a temporary correction? That I can't advise you. But if we're going to look at historical, the stock kind of liked this price of $29 for quite a while. So you're going to need a stronger indication of change. Maybe you kind of see right here, we have all this, I'll zoom in, everything hit the 8. So maybe we need to wait, if we're going to get back in, until the price is above the 2 is above the 4, and the 4 is taking off from the 8. That is a better wait. So we need to wait. We're too far apart here, and there's no change at this point. So that's a huge difference between NVIDIA and supermicrocomputer. We have the 8 pointing down, we have the 4 pointing down, we have the 2 pointing down. So what indication do you have that this stock is going to go back up? I mean, I have 3 against 1. I wouldn't bet on this. You're going to have to take out this high here. Well, there is no high. You'll have to take out this high for it to even count. So supermicrocomputer at this point is kind of at a dead point, in my opinion. And if you were looking to make a change in your position, always look out where the 2 crosses the 4, because at that point, it's unknown. But when the 4 and the 2 and the 8 and the stock price is in that order, there's high probability, super high probability that the stock will continue to drop. All right, well, you guys have a great holiday, and we'll talk to you next time.